Yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of creepy, but it's on the public way. You can report it. There's not much to be said or done about it.
So I will just ask you if you can just leave our property. You're just making everyone uncomfortable taking pictures out here.
I'm making everyone feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
Now she calling the police.
That's ridiculous. What's that?
I don't want my face.
Well, then don't come out on the public sidewalk where somebody's with multiple cameras.
I asked him to leave the property, and he said, okay, I'm off the property, but he's on the public sidewalk.
Okay, so he's not on the property anymore, he's just on the sidewalk?
On the sidewalk, yeah.
I saved you the trouble. Now I'm going to get a copy of your frantic 911 call. I'll get a copy of this body cam footage, and 50,000 people are going to see you be acting the fool. I told you when you came out here. I'm on a public sidewalk. My name is Mike Norton with KULT News, and I'd like to know why, as a security person, you didn't just tell these gals there's nothing illegal. What he's doing out there.
Where you from?
KULT News. On November 22nd, 1963, President Kennedy spoke in this town before getting on a plane and heading to his date with destiny in Dallas, Texas. This town that we're in right now has nearly doubled in size to nearly 1 million residents since the year 2000. This is Mike Norton with KULT News, and this is Fort Worth, Texas. So we're here in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm just walking down the sidewalk, minding my own business, and I'm walking past this Amarillo National Bank. Let's go ahead and aim our camera at these folks and see if they have a problem with public photography, or if they actually recognize and respect our right to take photos and videos in public. Let's rock and roll. I think that woman just flipped me off. Nope, I was mistaken. Keep in mind, at the time this was recorded, the view that you see now is not the view that I had. It was much further back. She's more zoomed in and post-production. Long story short, the woman very clearly, now that I can see it on video, gave me the peace sign. She did not flip me off. Throughout this video, I will repeatedly claim that I saw her flip me off, and that clearly is not the case. Lesson learned, never be too proud to admit when you're wrong. It's crazy. There's a woman inside this bank. I think she just flipped me off. How's it going?
Good. What can I do for you?
I really don't need anything per se. I mean, you guys like taking lunch orders or something? I know it's kind of late, but I could use like a ham and cheese on rye. But other than that, no, I'm good. I'm good. What can I do for you?
I can ask, why are you filming or taking pictures?
Mostly because I'm a terrible artist. I've tried like drawing it, but like, if you were to come out here and I drew you, you'd just be like a stick figure and it would look ridiculous. So I take photos instead of drawing so that later on I can look at it and actually know what it was. I'm like, oh, that's the photo of the bank. Whereas if I drew it, I'd be looking at it and going, What the hell is that? I can't even. So
are you just drawing pictures?
I'm sorry.
You draw pictures?
No. I definitely don't draw. I'm a terrible artist, so that's why I take photos. You're asking me why I'm taking photos. I take photos because I can't draw. So I just like to photograph banks and stuff.
Do you have a card with you?
I do, but I don't. Unfortunately, I can't give you my card during a ongoing investigation. So I can't say it actually.
Okay.
So
I will just ask you if you can just leave our property. You're just making everyone uncomfortable taking pictures out here.
I'm making everyone feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
Okay, I will leave your property right. Oh, what's this? I've never been on your property. I'm standing right here. It's the public sidewalk, sport. So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave me alone since I am on a public sidewalk. Did you think I was on? Wait, did you guys think you own the sidewalk?
I will leave you be, and I will have the authorities come take care of it.
Authorities, like the police?
I hope you have a great day.
Wait a second. Do you think the police are going to remove me from a public sidewalk, ma'am? Make sure you tell them when you call he's on a public sidewalk. That's very important. Public sidewalk. So there you go. She's going to have the authorities come deal with me. Which means, of course, I'm going to have to stick around and find out what the authorities have to say. But it always astounds me. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen any cameras on the outside of this bank yet. So this bank doesn't strike me as a super paranoid bank with 15 cameras on the outside. And yet, you heard the gal, she came out and said, I'm going to have to ask you to leave our property, as if this public sidewalk was their property. It's astounding.
Fort Worth Police Department Operator M924, what is the location you're calling about?
Hi, this is Emily at the Emerald National Bank on 4501 Camp-Billy Boulevard. I have someone on the sidewalk of ours that is taking pictures of our bank and making everyone uncomfortable. He is filming everything, and he just won't go away. He just came out of nowhere, just started filming everyone, and I asked him politely to leave, and he won't leave.
So you said this is 501 Camp Boulevard, and what's the name of the bank again?
Amarillo National Bank.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
White, about 6 foot to 6'5". He's probably 6'3".
Okay. What color shirt and pants is he wearing?
Gray, blue jeans, a red hat. He has a business pouch with him and a large camera, and his phone is on a selfie stick.
Okay. How long has he been out there?
He just got here about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
But our security guard is trying to get him to leave, but I don't think he's going to win or anything like that. We're not going to win with this guy because he's saying that. I asked him to leave the property, and he said, okay, I'm off the property, but he's on the public sidewalk.
Okay, so he's not on the property anymore, he's just on the sidewalk?
On the sidewalk, yeah.
Okay.
But he's filming the bank, and he's taking pictures with his camera. And he's making everyone uncomfortable here. He won't leave.
Okay. Any weapons seen on him, anything like that?
Not that I know of. I just know he has a big bag with him, like a business bag.
Okay. And what is your name and phone number?
Emily, and the last name, with the phone number 806-672.
806-602?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I have a call up for officers. If anything changes, just call us right back, okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
How you doing today?
Are you the authorities she called?
No, she called the police.
That's ridiculous. Why? I gotta ask. Are you also of the opinion that this sidewalk belongs?
I can't hear you.
I said, are you also of the opinion that this sidewalk belongs to the bank? Do you work for the bank?
Yeah, security.
So do you think this sidewalk belongs to the bank as well?
Oh, that's what she was telling you.
Well, she said, she asked me if I could leave their property, and I said, I'm not on your property. I haven't been on your property at all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just wondering if maybe she was under the impression that this sidewalk belongs to the bank. Because if it is, by all means, I mean, if you guys are saying that you own the sidewalk, I'll look into that, but I would definitely leave your property if in fact you guys own this. But I'm fairly confident you guys don't own this sidewalk.
No, I think she was trying to see what were you doing. That's all.
Well, I mean, what she said was, I'm going to have to ask you to leave our property. So, yeah, I'm not on the bank's property.
Oh, would you take it for YouTube?
What's that?
I don't want my face on
Well, then don't come out on the public sidewalk where somebody's with multiple cameras. So, yeah, no, I'm not with YouTube. Are you? Is that for YouTube? E. Giles, you got a YouTube channel?
No.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
You got one too?
No, do you? I'm just wondering if you have one. You seem, you're recording. I'm assuming this is for YouTube.
No, I guess we're recording each other.
Gotcha. All right,
Instagram,
nothing wrong with that. It's a public sidewalk. There you go. See? So, and I'll bet you when the police show up, they're not going to try and remove you from the public sidewalk either, because that's possibly one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I'm going to call the authorities. There's an old saying. Oh, there you go. See, there you go. So, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good job. All right. It looks like maybe instead of calling the police, they called the blinds hotline and figured out how to. Well, here she comes. All right. So, very good. Looks like maybe instead of calling the authorities, you called the blinds hotline.
But we're just gonna put down the blinds.
Did you tell him I'm on a public sidewalk?
I hope you have a great day.
Well, if the police come out here and violate my rights, you're going to have a really bad day. Yeah. You better hope they don't violate my rights or Amarillo National Bank's going to get sued. I'm on a public sidewalk, sport. A public sidewalk.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You got it, sport. And your employee here in the window, let her know that I got her on video flipping me off. Is that you that flipped me off, ma'am? Was that you?
Forward Police Department in 998. What's the location you're calling about?
Hi, I just called in for, and I've already asked this person to leave. He's taken pictures of the bank here at Amarillo National Bank, and he won't leave because he says that he's at a public sidewalk. But he's made everyone uncomfortable. We put down our shades, but he's already taken pictures of the cars, so I don't feel comfortable with my employees leaving while he's still out there. Or he has pictures of the vehicle.
Okay, and you said it was...
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what was your name?
Emily. C.E.
Okay, yes, I do see there is a call set up for officers to come out there. Has anything changed since you last called?
That he was just taking pictures of the vehicles, and he won't give me any information about him at all, but he has like those big old cameras that reporters have, and he's just taking multiple pictures of the bank.
Okay, I'll go ahead and update this, and we'll get officers out there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, in case any of y'all are wondering, when somebody comes out and tells me they're going to call the cops, I'm going to wait. On average, I'll wait at least 20 minutes to see the police actually show up before I leave. Sometimes I'll wait considerably longer, but it's unlikely that I would wait less than 20 minutes. So they say they call the cops. I got nothing to hide. I'm not running from the cops. Bring it on. Giles, I don't think the cops scared about a guy on a public sidewalk taking pictures. I mean, This is Fort Worth, Texas. I would think they've got more crime to deal with than somebody taking photos in public.
No, but what you're trying to say is this is a bank.
Yeah, so banks don't have special, rights
Yeah, but
over.
what you're saying, there's ladies in here. This is a bank.
Yeah, I understand. There's
and then
ladies out here. This is a public sidewalk.
Yeah, but the whole thing is.
Are the ladies afraid of are the Amish? Are they afraid of cameras? I don't think the Amish are afraid of cameras, but they typically don't like their picture taken. So if they're like Native American or something or another, and they're one of these tribes that believes that the camera will take your soul, let them know that's not the case. Let them know there's not film in here, it's just digital.
But what they're saying is they're not giving you permission to record them.
They think I need permission to take pictures of a public sidewalk?
To record them.
They think I need their permission to take photos from a public sidewalk. To record them. So if
now, how would you like if somebody come up taking pictures of you?
You saw exactly how you're taking pictures.
You are a man. These are women.
What? I don't understand. I think these gals, they probably all have Instagram and Facebook. They probably take tons of pictures of themselves and post it online. Let me tell you, have you turned around and looked at the windows? Here, look at that. Look at the glare on those windows. I couldn't see hardly anything inside of those windows but silhouettes.
But what I'm saying is they come out. Yeah. As they come out, turn your camera the other way.
I'm walking down the sidewalk and I see a gal in, I'm going to say this window here. I saw a gal in this window here. Not only was she taking pictures of me, she didn't ask me my permission. You didn't ask me my permission. So I have to ask their permission, but you don't have to ask mine.
You didn't ask me my permission as well?
That's my point, is I don't have to ask your permission.
I don't have to ask you as well.
Amen. But yet somehow these gals inside think that I have to have their permission, and that's just not the case, Giles. It's not the case at all. You should know better.
What is your name? You got mine. What are you doing?
I don't give my name. I'm in the middle of an investigation. I can't tell you.
What investigation are you?
Oh, can't tell you that either, I'm afraid. Nope, cannot tell you that.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm positive. Yeah. I've got an assignment, and my assignment has made it very clear.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If you're on an investigation, you're not supposed to tell anyone you're doing an investigation.
Yeah, but you don't know who I am, who I'm with, what we're investigating, so it's okay.
Yeah, but no, you're not supposed to.
No, it's okay. I was told I can tell them.
No, but the thing about it, me being a former Marine, you're not supposed to tell anyone.
No, thank you for your service. No,
Thank
my boss actually did tell me that I can tell people you're in the middle of an investigation. Tell them you can't talk. You're in the middle of an investigation.
No, but just don't tell anyone.
Yeah, but then it makes you a little. Then it makes people scared. So I'm trying to alleviate concerns and let these gals inside know there's no reason to be scared.
Yeah.
It's just a camera. Let's cut to the chase and see what the cops say and do, shall we? If you want to see more of my chit-chat with this woman, it's in the bonus footage at the end of this video. But I can tell you this, though. I am unarmed, and I mean no ill will to any of the folks here. So it'll be very interesting to see if this little gal here tells the police the truth or if she lies to them.
Howdy, guys.
Hi.
What's going on?
So, I've asked him to leave. He was taking pictures of our employees inside, making everyone feel uncomfortable. We've cut down the shades already. I've asked him to leave. He says he's on private property, or not on private property.
Well, right now he's on public property.
Yeah, but he's taking pictures of the bank itself, inside, people's cars and everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, he can do that. He's on the public way now. He's on the sidewalk. He's allowed to film. He's allowed to take pictures if he wants to. You know, that's First Amendment protected right. So he can do that. He can. If he wants to stand there all day right now and record us talking, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, it's constitutionally protected right.
Could have saved you the trouble. Now I'm going to get a copy of your frantic 911 call. I'll get a copy of this body cam footage, and 50,000 people are going to see you be acting the fool. I told you when you came out here. I'm on a public sidewalk. She told me to get off their property.
That's the thing too. Even if like through your windows, and even if he's recording you guys through the windows, like, yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of creepy, but it's on the public way. He can record it. There's not much to be said or done about it. And And that's kind of it. Would you agree, sir?
What's that? I can hear it. I'm sorry.
So would you agree with that?
I couldn't really hear you. I can tell you this, though. I'm walking by as a gal in this window here that was not only taking pictures of me, but flipping me off.
She didn't flip you off.
I got it on video, and 50,000 people are going to see her flipping me off.
You know what that is also? First Amendment protected
There you go.
activity.
I agree. You guys can sit inside your bank and flip me off all you want, make fools of yourself. Just know 50,000 people are going to see you guys making fools of yourself. And I'm 99% sure she flipped me off. When I check the footage, I'll be 100% sure. I tried to save you time and hassle and wasting the police officer's time.
Well,
I'm not
to
screaming
protect
obscenities
my
at you.
employees, I just wanted to call.
And I get it.
If your employees are afraid of cameras, tell them there's 2 of them on the way to the door, outside. Everywhere they go, there's cameras. Everywhere. You call an officer, he's got a camera, now I've got a second. I call police officers second cameraman. Additional cameraman. I'll get that footage, I'll do your 911 call, and I hope you learn a valuable lesson.
I let you stay on the private or the public sidewalk.
I don't need your permission to stand on the public sidewalk, ma'am.
I just called the police because my employees felt uncomfortable. And that's
Because I'm standing on the public sidewalk?
You just told me that you could stay on the public sidewalk.
You could have Googled that and saved that.
I needed a police officer.
I'm just saying.
That's it.
You look ridiculous. Officer,
Okay.
is it? How do you pronounce your name?
Try it.
I'm going to say, is it Gajda?
Close enough. Let's Gaida.
Gaida. Okay, bye. Officer Gaida, I really appreciate you coming out and letting these gals know what the story is. I'm not out here trying to antagonize you. I'm not out here trying to push your buttons. I'm just out here taking photos and videos all up and down this street. And you guys are the only ones that I'm aware of that called the police and flipped me off.
And he can do that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, in the future, if you want to
Yeah.
talk away from him, you know, he's what's called a First Amendment auditor.
Yeah.
So they tend to do that. They'll try to basically come to scenes like this and just kind of see if they can get a reaction out of people,
Right.
like who's going to get offended by them recording
Right.
on the public way, which they're allowed to do.
Yeah,
you know?
and I understood that,
Yeah,
but I didn't know. This is
no,
my first time working
Yeah.
with.
If he was on the public property or private property and like coming into the bank and trying to record like the vault or something else, or that okay. And it's also on private property, so you could actually tell him to leave. And then if he refuses to leave, it would be a criminal trespass, right? First a warning and then potentially an arrest, right? If they were refusing to leave. But you just kind of have to understand, like if you look on YouTube, like people kind of do this all the time.
Yeah.
And they'll try to get a rise out of people. And you know, if you antagonize them, they'll antagonize you back.
Which is why I didn't want to entertain him, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to entertain you, so I'm just gonna call the cops, get it from there, and if nothing can happen, then nothing can happen. That's fine.
Yeah.
So,
and that's kind of it.
Okay.
That's kind of what I figured right away. As soon as I pulled up and I saw that, you know, he has the camera rigged up like that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I've dealt with it before.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions for me, man? Besides that?
No. If you can just stay while I dismiss my people.
Sure.
You
guys leaving right now?
No. I want to call, see if our security guard can just let us close at 5 instead of 6, because they usually have a closing teller.
Okay.
So, if you don't mind staying until everyone leaves,
Sure.
which I'm going to make them leave right now.
Sure, I can relax for a little bit. Okay.
Thank you.
Officer Guide, I gotta tell you, I'm not surprised that Fort Worth police know the law and respect rights. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Mike. Pleasure, sir. And for what it's worth, I'm heading out again in about 5 minutes. I just gotta make sure these folks know that the cops don't scare me away because they come out and say move and leave the sidewalk off. So 5 minutes after you leave, I'm gonna head out myself.
Yeah. You know, it's
I don't understand the paranoia over cameras. Do you get that?
Some people just get paranoid over it, and it's kind of one of those things like, well, if you don't know the constitutional right of what someone can or can't do on the public way, then like you should learn.
Yeah.
You know?
And what's right? I even tried I'm like, turn around and look. What do you think I can see through there? Look at that.
I mean, I've got polarized lenses on, and I can't see anything.
No, yeah, same with me. It's like I can't see. In fact, usually I can see better using my naked eye than I can with this blasted thing. So it's there's that. But you know, if I got to educate one bank at a time on the First Amendment and how to use their blinds, and so be it. But I hope they don't waste your time anymore. But I'll be honest with you. I hope for the rest of this year, this is the most dangerous call you get, my friend.
I sincerely doubt it.
I sincerely doubt it.
I've been doing this for a while.
No weapons, but I'm gonna grab some water here real quick, though. Got it. So they're just paranoid. I don't know what else to say about it. There's cameras everywhere, but when somebody's holding the camera, all of a sudden, that's when they notice it.
Yeah, and it's kind of, I've seen plenty of videos and interactions with people online, and just by having a camera in the face, all of a sudden everyone gets so agitated. It's like, oh, you can't record me. It's like, yes, you can.
I'll be frank with you. I've seen some videos.
I have to go to that. That's a commercial hold up.
Far more important. You get out there and be safe.
Take care, Mike.
Have a good one. Hey Giles, I'm going to tell you who I am, if you care to know. Come on down, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. There you go. So, my name is Mike Norton with KULT News, and I'd like to know why, as a security person, you didn't just tell these gals there's nothing illegal, what he's doing out there.
Where you from?
KULT News. You wanna talk on camera some more? Or is this camera and the body cam enough for you? Ma'am? I'll even call you ma'am now. No?
Hey, let me go get my keys.
Yeah, I'd love to chat with you about their paranoia and why they think, why didn't you correct them? Why didn't you say it's not against the law? Are you unaware of that? I mean, a public sidewalk. I would think a security person, you'd be like, it's not against the law. Oh, well, there you go. So, and you're with which security company? She says she did tell them it's not against the law.
Where's the public sidewalk? I mean, everyone knows. But the whole
It isn't.
thing was you being in front of the bank. It's the bank, the federal bank. But then they don't know if you are a robber, burglar, trying to...
I know, it's common sense. Nobody's going to come out here and looking like this. And
No, but you never
taking
know.
photos and videos.
This day and time. And these are young ladies.
Yeah,
How old are you? You and your...
I'm 55 years old.
Okay, I'm in my late 50s. So just think these are young girls.
These are great for your age.
These are young girls. Yeah.
I know, they're paranoid. They're just paranoid is what it is. They're just paranoid, and it makes me sad. It's like, it's just a camera.
Yeah.
You got a camera there, you got a camera there. You go to the supermarket, there's 10,000
But you have
cameras.
to think about this too. During this day and time, it's so much
Yeah,
you have to be aware of what's going on. And they're young as well, in their 30s and whatever, 20s.
They're naive. I'll admit they're young and naive, but I hear that from police all the time though. In this day and age, come on. The camera's been around for 100 years.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. There's so much going on. When we grew up, it was different. Now it's a lot.
It was indeed.
of stuff. Yeah.
When we were growing up, if you saw somebody with professional camera equipment, you'd be waving, going, "Hi, Mom!"
Exactly.
Now it's like, what's he gonna do with that footage? Is he gonna make deep fake porn of me? Or it's crazy. It is crazy. I'll admit that. When you have to worry, when high school girls need to worry about boys in school making deep fake porn of them. Let's face it, kids today have far more to worry about in schools than we did. There wasn't school shootings when we were in school. I went to Columbine High School, but that was class of '86, man. That shooting at Columbine happened in '99, and this kind of went downhill from there. I agree. The world has definitely changed, but in some ways it's changed for the better. Anyways, well, I'm going to head out of here. I just wanted these guys to know that they weren't going to have the cops scare me off and all that. You will see the video. This gal, I'm 99% sure a gal in this window right here flipped me off, and if she did, it'll look... I hope you're right. I gave her a peace sign, and I thought she flipped me off in return, but let me see. And I'll be honest with you, I am never wrong. I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. So, I'm going to go ahead and head out then. All right, so
You have a good one.
you too. So there you have it. This is, what bank is this? Amarillo. There you go. Amarillo National Bank. The employees there are a little paranoid. They don't seem to recognize the or respect our right to take photos and videos in public. So the bank gets a solid F. The police, Officer Gaida that came out from the Fort Worth Police Department, you know, so far I haven't seen his body camera, but I don't think, standing 15 feet away from me, that he was telling her things that was wildly different than what he told her when I was standing right there listening. So, Officer Gaida, if you're watching this, I think you have a great attitude, and I hope you stay safe out there, and thank you for recognizing and respecting our First Amendment rights. All right. This has been Mike Norton, KULT News, Fort Worth, Texas. Stockyards Saloon. Welcome to the Stockyards. Cowboy up, back the blue. I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth, so now I need to get a beer in my mouth to get that flavor out. Clearly, I'm not going to the Stockyards Saloon to do it. And while you're in Fort Worth, Texas, if you're looking to get some Western wear, perhaps a cowboy hat, come on up, boo! A cowboy hat or something, I would highly recommend a place on the corner of this major intersection here. It's called Maverick. Fine Western wear. They give us some complimentary beers, for God's sake. So any place that sells cowboy hats and boots and Western wear of all sorts, belt buckles, and they give you free beers, that place is okay in my book. Check it out. You know, I have long been of the opinion that raccoons are exceptionally smart, and now I found proof of it. You can see these raccoons have their own band. These guys clearly have some sort of a gambling fetish here. Watch out, don't mess with this guy, he is armed. There you go. Woo! Look at that guy. 2 pair. Queens over 9s. I don't know what these other guys have, but oh, that guy over there has kings over 9s. Let's see. All right, this guy's got a pair of 7s. Looks like that's it. I see a pair. Oh, 3 of a kind. Oh, nope, that's a queen. Okay, all right. You know, we've all heard of the OK Corral. I've actually been there before. It's in Arizona. A lot of people aren't aware of the one in Fort Worth, Texas, though. It is the site of one of the bloodiest gunfights in American history. It was right here, actually, the OK Stroller Corral. In 1989, Mary Beth Johnson got into a pretty ugly brawl with a Jo Beth Toscani, both local gals from Fort Worth, over a stroller. There was some debate as to whose stroller it was, and there was some hair pulling, there was some slapping. I think Mary Beth was scratched, so there was some blood.
And so they've marked this location with this historic placard here, of course. So the OK Stroller Corral. It's a pretty cool historical site. All right, I gotta say, we are currently right now in the White Elephant Saloon in Fort Worth, Texas. So let me show you the prices here. I got a cheeseburger that has lettuce, tomato, pickles, love sauce, not sure what that is, and American cheese. Check this out, $6.47 for a cheeseburger that is possibly one of the most delicious cheeseburgers I've ever had in my entire life. So if you're in Fort Worth, Texas, if you're downtown in the Stockyards area, swing by the White Elephant Saloon and get yourself a love burger. Tell them KULT News sent you. Fun fact, before they were shot down, Bonnie and Clyde paid a little visit to Fort Worth, Texas, and they stayed in the Stockyards Hotel in this room. The more you know. There's no reason to be scared.
Yeah.
It's just a camera.
You served in the military as well?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Yeah. I was in there for a few years. My dad was in there as well.
My children's mother's father, their great-grandfather, served in the Marines. And in fact, he was shot and wounded on Iwo Jima. I think it was 2 days before they actually planted the flag on Suribachi. But pretty cool. He got him right in the hip, but thank God it didn't kill him. And I met the guy before he died, and I'll tell you, good man, good man.
How old was he when he passed?
You know, I don't know how old George Stoddard. I don't recall how old he was. He was an older gentleman. You know, he lived a good, long, healthy life. Had some kids and grandkids and great-grandkids and stuff. In fact, before he died.
Like in his 80s or something? Like in his 80s?
What's that?
Was he in his 80s or something?
I think so. Yeah. But before he died, he died. I'm going to say in 92, maybe 93. I think it was maybe 93 is when he died.
Oh, he died in the night. Okay.
And you got to figure he was, he's probably 20 years old back in 44, whenever it was they stormed the beaches of Iwo Jima. Well, that's great. Have you ever seen the two Clint Eastwood movies, Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima?
You know what? I was able to see those. My dad saw those.
They're super cool. I would highly recommend it. Clint Eastwood made a pair of movies, and it's about basically the taking of Iwo Jima from both sides.
Right.
He does one called Flags of Our Fathers. It's about the men who raised the flag on Mount Suribachi, and then Letters from Iwo Jima is the same war but from a point of view of the Japanese side, and it really makes you think.
Yeah.
Really, it's never so black and white as these are the good guys, these are the bad guys. That line gets blurred more and more every year, it seems. So I'm really surprised these guys are so. Oh wait, no, there's a couple cameras. I didn't notice those earlier. So I was mistaken. They do have a couple of cameras on the outside of the building. You can see one in the entryway right up there, boom, and then they got one over here to the left. So I do appreciate the irony. I do appreciate the irony that they have multiple cameras on the outside of the bank, but it's okay for them to photograph people outside, but if somebody outside walks by and aims a camera at them, they call the authorities. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I am not privy to information like that. They don't really tell me anything other than what I need to know, and that's one of those things they're like, you don't need to know.
No, I was saying you're gonna be out here all day.
What's that?
You're gonna be out here all day.
I can't tell you, honestly. I know how long I'm going to be out here, but I can't divulge my hours out here today. It might be 5 minutes, it might be 5 hours. I just can't say. Sorry.